Hey everyone, Matt here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. It's the third week of 2025. We are now entering it, and I've got to ask you, how are your New Year's resolutions coming along? And do you even make them? Does anybody still make resolutions? For the last few years, I've been writing them down, writing down goals and changes I want to make, actual resolutions. And for the most part, I can say with complete sincerity, honesty, most of them get completed. I do make these changes. A lot of them are a lot more challenging, especially the longer term goals. But this year, I devised a very, very simple strategy for one particular goal. And I wanted to discuss that a little bit. I think it could benefit a lot of people out there. It's so simple. It is so simple, yet so far very effective. And I'm going to tell you what that is. So one particular goal that I am always trying to achieve, it's a lifelong term goal for life. It's that extensive. And it is sticking to the cleanest and smartest and wisest diet that I can possibly stick to. Diet is something that I think a lot of us find challenging. But I'm not here to talk about everyone. I want to share what I do, because this is something that each of us has to kind of deal with on a personal level. It's a very personal thing, especially, obviously when you become an adult, you decide every single piece of food, and type of drink that is going to enter your body. And it's obvious that whatever you consume is going to have a severe impact on not only your physical health, but your mental health, your spiritual well-being. These are very, very obvious things. And so I make a point to try to eat as clean as they say as possible. And I think it's a vital thing to consider, especially when you become more aware of what's going on out there, the kinds of manufacturing processes and the chemicals in the food, and just the way the food makes you feel. When you eat something, how is it impacting your mood? How is it impacting the way you interact with people? Food is so vital. Food is life. I mean, if we're not eating, we're not. The body starts to decay. It starts to shut down. You don't want to starve. Starving is a vicious thing. From what I've seen, what I've read, it's not good, obviously. So when you do eat, what are you eating? Why are you eating it? How is it impacting you? So before I get into that, let's just talk about what I've started doing to clean up the diet very effectively and rather, I'd say quite easily. In a lot of videos I've made for Twitter X, I talk about food. I've talked about food in the past, and particularly the strategy for sticking to goals and following them through, seeing them through, is just writing things down. The power of writing things down is incredible, especially goals. Absolutely. You might find yourself writing down notes for daily chores or tasks you want to accomplish and complete. But when it comes to goals, there is some serious magic at work. And to a degree, it is magical in a sense, the way it takes effect. But we'll get into that possibly in another video. Right now, so what is it that I do? Or what is it that I started doing right now for this year? I started keeping a list of everything that I feel was or has been working against my goal in terms of keeping my diet as clean as possible. And it's not a big list. I've got I think there's about 12 items on the list since the beginning of the year. And that might sound like a lot, but consider I've made conscious decisions to not go out of my way to consume things that are, deleterious for my health. And a lot of these items on the list have come from being in a social setting. Of course, you can say no, but this is where the real challenge comes in. When you're around friends, around family, someone's prepared a particular meal, someone's offered you a particular drink, and not even alcohol, something like pop. Like, that's one thing I've just very actively tried to cut out of my diet. And actually, the pop drink I had wasn't a can of traditional pop from a vending machine. This was some kind of a specialty fizzy, sugary drink that constitutes basically as pop. But I drank it because it was offered to me as a gift, and I thought, I'm not going to decline the offer. This is very generous of what the friend had done, and I thought, okay. But I've recorded these things down, and it's only helping me make smarter decisions for myself in those quieter moments where you do feel kind of, you could say, compelled, or because of the the habits, breaking the habits of, oh yeah, this having a drink with this meal would be having a pop with this meal, or having a glass of juice or milk, or something that you're trying to stay away from. Milk is okay if it's unpasteurized. We're not going to get into that in this video. And of course, juice is delicious, but it's so full of sugar. It's so sugary. And alongside my goal of dietary cleanup is cutting all sugar away, because basically anything you're going to eat is going to have sugar in it. So it's kind of like, let's actively work against consuming sugar of any kind. I mean, chocolate, candy, all the garbage that is just chock full of sugar. There's sugar in bread. There's sugar in pasta. Everything breaks down to simple sugar, or sugar rather. When you're consuming simple carbs, complex carbs, it all becomes sugar. So, like I said, just eating bread, you're going to get your sugar allotment for probably the day in a couple of slices, considering how much goes into the bread. And again, like everything, I'm very particular, very meticulous when deciding what I'm going to consume, particular brands, things I avoid, things I choose. I kind of underestimate the amount of time and I guess mental effort has gone into, over the years, over the decades. Since I was 15, I'd say I've consciously and actively been trying to consume foods that are going to benefit me rather than, cause me harm. And that's not to say I've not had my fair share of junk food, and pizza is definitely a vice of mine. I love pizza. I stopped ordering pizzas, let's say maybe 3 months back. And the only pizzas I've eaten were with family, again, social settings. But going back to the focus of this video, writing down what I shouldn't be putting in my body in terms of food and drinks. Absolutely no alcohol, very, very minimal calories from liquids, from drinks. It's like 98% water at this point. Aside from I think I had one fizzy, sugary pop-like drink, and 1 bottle of juice, and 2 small protein drinks. The protein drinks had lots of extra chemicals in them, just because of the way they're manufactured, which I really don't like. And that's something else I'm going to have to cut away. Because of my healthy, active lifestyle and exercising in the gym, try to maintain a particular body mass and muscle mass, getting that protein in is definitely a challenge. I know I'm consciously aware, again, that the protein drink I took was an easy 25 grams of protein. It was easy. I didn't have to eat 25 grams, prepare that meal. But these are things that I'm trying to work on. Every angle can be worked on and perfected and cleaned up, and just approaching diet with a smarter and wiser mentality, it's going to take me that much further. It's going to give me more energy, and it's just going to help in me reaching all my other goals outside of the physical health goals. The world that we live in, it's a crazy place. It's an absolutely crazy place. And if you're easily influenced by what you see out there, it's not going to be a good thing for you. I mean, I'll get into this in another video. I just want to stick to the goal achievement factor in writing down all the things that you shouldn't be doing, or that you've done that you shouldn't be doing. Because then you can see it. It's a visual reminder that, wow, like it's time to cool down with this. And that's what's happening with this list I've created. It's actually really interesting seeing the list grow when it shouldn't be. Like I said, I've got about 12 items. It's the 15th of January. So that's basically one thing. I mean, I count something like a piece of chocolate, like from Christmas. Still have a little bit of Christmas chocolate left. Eating a little piece of chocolate, like why? I, I just crave. Or was I craving the sugar? Was I trying to get rid of the chocolate without throwing it away? You know, um, every day is a new challenge to just get better. And the strategy right now is working. It's helping, and it's an interesting one. So I hope that you guys take something away from this. This is, yeah, I'm always trying to fine tune how I go about doing things. And there is a way and a method in accomplishing any particular goal. You kind of have to devise a system for yourself, and you can get really creative with it. And I feel that this is one particular means of doing so that works for me, and maybe it'll work for you. So I wish you the best of luck in your particular pursuits, your goals, your long-term goals, your short-term goals, your New Year's resolutions, if you have even written them down, taken them on. Yeah, kudos to you if you have, and I wish you sincerely the best of luck in accomplishing them all. So, all right, friends, I will catch you guys in another video. If you have anything you'd like to comment on regarding my strategies or anything I've touched on, this has been kind of a scattered video, I know. I don't want it to run on too much longer. But yeah, share your thoughts. I'd love to read them, love to hear them. And I will see you guys in another video. All right, be well, take care. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.